All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another week of my weekly stock picks. This is for the week of March 22nd to March 26th. My name is Brock. My Twitter handle is at Don'tFeedBear. If you guys please give me a subscribe on YouTube, that'd be fantastic. And if you give me, ask me questions or, leave me some messages on Twitter, I'd be happy to help out whenever you guys have questions. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump into it right off the bat. Let's take a look at the overall market environment. So we always look at the S&P 500. It's composed of the quote-unquote 500 best stocks in the market. So this last week I told you that I expect this week to have more red days than green, and pulled it off. So we went Monday green, then red, then green, and then we really started to we're heading down. So far everything that I sort of forecasted, I didn't think this was enough of a correction, and sure enough, I thought we would push up and then head back down. So it looks like that's happening. The question will be Monday, Tuesday. I'm not going to give a forecast this week because I really don't know. We kind of need this to hold if we're going to bounce one more time. The market's very unpredictable, but so far it's looking very interesting. I do think eventually it breaks this support line and we're going to head down to this green box. Once we hit this green box, have money ready. Buy for long term. You will buy stuff in here that you will keep for 5, 10, 15 years and make you a very rich person. So far, market's looking a little bit more. I'm understanding the market a little bit more. It's not as big of a question. So there's two possible things that I see happen. The support lets us bounce, or we just break down and we get through this some more red weeks in the market. So let's see how we do next week. But let's just throw on the indicator to see what it's looking like. As you can see, everything's kind of heading back down. This is why if we can reject the bearish cross, then we can go ahead and bounce one more time. As you can see, this is getting kind of skinny here as we go forward. It's just nothing is telling me that we're gonna blast off. So I don't see a crash, but I also don't see us blasting off and just taking off on a crazy bull run yet. I think we need to go down a bit more into this green box, maybe even this green box, but. Yeah, so far, what's happening in the market is predictable. So, what happens next week? Like I said, Monday, Tuesday. Let's wait and see. Okay, I'll post updates on Monday and Tuesday. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump into it. So, my two winners and loser for this week were American Airlines and Play. That's Dave and Buster's. So both of those, are kind of value stocks. They didn't do as well as tech did on that crazy tech run last year, where the Nasdaq doubled in less than a year. So. Value stocks are kind of coming into play here. I warned you guys last week that if FCell dropped, I would buy a bunch of FCell, and I did. So it had earnings, I think, Tuesday morning, and it didn't beat earnings, so it dropped. I think it dropped a pretty good amount. It's been kind of hovering around the $14, $15 level. So I picked up I think mid 14s. So it could go down more, and I'll buy more if that's the case. But I think FCell. In the near future takes off. So just something for my long term that I like. So, all right, let's take a look at our stock picks of the week. So this week we have Target, L Brands, Walmart, JD.com. As always, I will post the type of setups that we have. I also will post the buy zone. Oh, I made a mistake here. This is not JD.com is not a 5-wave, as I will show you. I always post the buy zones, the cut loss, and the price targets. I show you the charts that I have and what I'm seeing so that you can follow along as well. And also, see if you agree or you disagree. Let me know. So let's go ahead and jump into each one. So right off the bat, let's go to Target. All right. So Target, as you can see here, we kind of are going on a wave 3. We're at the beginning. I think this takes longer than just the 6 weeks that I give it, but I think we can get up pretty high on this. If you have the time and you have the patience for your trading to go wait for this to develop, go for it. It had pretty decent day. What is this? Let's see. It had about almost a 4% day on Friday, so that's pretty good. As you can see, it's in very and the RSA is overbought, so I expect a small dip. It is pointing up. Everything's kind of showing that it's showing some strength. We could see a short dip on Monday or Tuesday, and then follow it up with continue running. The Ichimoku, I haven't found very many Ichimoku clouds that are reading good things, and that's just because of the the market's kind of expecting to go down, but there are always going to be names that go up. So Target could be one of them. Target's always been very popular, and I love going Target. So the setup right now looks pretty good. And if you look here, yes, it crossed, but it crossed beneath the cloud. But the cloud is very thin. So like I said, it's very questionable, and it is sort of slicing through the cloud. So if we can see some strength here next week, yeah, this could be a nice runner. So keep an eye on Target. This could be a nice pick for a couple weeks to a couple months. So, all right, L Brands. So L Brands I had last year, and it did quite well. So once again, let's if you look here, we want to reject this bearish crossover. But right now it's on a wave 3. We want to finish. What I want is it kind of to go down and fill this gap right here, and then come back up. And I think it has a good shot of doing that based on the 3 wave. So if we can see a nice little dip, buy in around at these lower levels, in the 55 to 50 range, that'd be fantastic, and then we can shoot back up and make some good coin. So keep an eye on L Brands. Looks good. A lot of retail is starting to show strength, so they're kind of watching that as well. So that's why Target, L Brands, Walmart. Those are kind of on my list this week. So as I mentioned, Walmart, as you can see here, it looks ready to fill this gap. So had a decent day on Friday, as did Target. Those two kind of run together. It went from overbought, kind of going down. This still shows a little bit of strength. We would like to see this go above, and it's way below because it took a nice dip, nice hard dip during that those rough couple weeks in early March or late February. So let's see if it can recover and kind of get above this. As you see, the cloud kind of dipped and widened, so that's a good sign. We need to slice through this cloud though. But to push up through and fill this gap would be fantastic. So I think Walmart is ready. It's been kind of hurting. As you can see, it's been downtrending for a while now. Matter of fact, let's check out them. I don't think is it across the 200-day moving average? No, it hasn't. Oh, actually it has. So it's below the 200-day moving average. So it needs to get pushed back up, and it looks like it could be getting ready to do that. So let's make sure we keep an eye on Walmart, understanding that the market's kind of in a questionable territory next week. But I'm picking some names that are pretty safe for you guys. So I didn't want to go anything too wild. I know after February and March it was a little rough. So I want to make sure I go with a little bit safer names and stuff like that for you guys. Okay, let's take a look. These are 4, except for Ride. These are 3 names that I don't think I've ever had on my stock picks. But the setups actually look kind of nice. So if we look at Advanced Auto Parts. They sell, obviously car parts and things like that. So this is setting up pretty well. It's above the cloud. It had the crossover, and then sliced through the cloud. So overall, it's looking okay. We might see it go sideways a bit and down, which is kind of marking this territory for the 4, and then it could come up for the 5. So I think this is one to watch in the near future. I would love to buy around these areas and then, watch it bounce up for the 5. So I will definitely have Advanced Auto Parts on my watch list. If it drops down this area, I will buy and make a nice little trade or scalp off this. So this is one to keep an eye on. Advanced Auto Parts, is a pretty good business. You see them all over the place. So good brick and mortar business, and their online business is being much better too. So all right, up next is Budweiser. Everybody loves beer, so. Budweiser's been doing pretty good. They've been kind of, it's really choppy and just the chart's not great. But it does have a bit of a 5 wave going back all the way to last year, November. So if this ends up being true, it's just a great payout. And it got hit really hard during end of February, beginning of March, like a lot of stocks did. So I think, as things open up more people want to. Number one place I want to go as soon as things open up is a bar. So I think a lot of people feel the same way, and I think we could see, a lot of beer stocks and alcohol stocks start to kind of take off as more and more people go out and COVID starts to, be kind of history, like kind of behind us. So this could be nice. The reason it's not a stock pick is because, like I said, the chart's just very choppy. It's I don't know. It's just not a whole lot of movement each day, and it's hard to for me to get this to you guys. And it's one of those that keep an eye on it, and maybe if you like the risk and reward, then go for it. As let's see the indicators kind of high, so like I said, I think we're gonna go a little sideways first and then head up. But let's keep an eye on it. I think this is something to keep on an eye on for the next couple months as things start to open up. So, all right, Foot Locker. So as I mentioned, a lot of retail has been doing really well because people are right. It seems like it's going in waves where people are allowed to go out. So retail's kind of things are starting to open up more where people can go in stores. So they're starting to go, and as you can see, this Ichimoku cloud looks fantastic. So I think it's kind of overbought. We want to get that little bit of bear cross and then come down to this 4 level. So the hope is that we can buy in here. I will be keeping an eye on Foot Locker as well, and then we hope we get a nice little scalp up here. Get to the mid 60s. So keep an eye on this one. It could become a stock pick in a couple weeks. So definitely, if you want to have an eye on it now, so that you can pick it up, towards the end of next week or the week after or whatever it hits in this kind of blue box, ride it all the way to the mid 60s and collect some money. So that would be nice. Okay, Ride. This is one I've been wanting to talk to you guys about. I mentioned it last week. I even said that it could go down even more with those reports from Hindenburg Research, and SK Green went up a little bit as the bulls tried to recover and buy in, but then we had a lot of selling, a lot of push down to the lower levels. And I even said if it gets down to these levels, I would buy. Guess what I did? I bought. Yeah. So I expect Ride to be a fantastic pickup. I'm actually considering buying like a 1-2 year leap option to 2021. I'm sorry, 2022 or even 2023, because I think this is way overblown. I think this is a short that Hindenburg did, and I think once they start to pump out their trucks, that they're going to start coming back up to these levels, in the 30s. I mean, so this is something of interest. This is at very good levels right here. A cheap, it's in the teens EV stock that if you hold for years and years and years could make you a very rich person. So something to consider. Okay, so those are my stock picks of the week. Those are my honorable mention picks of the week, and I've already mentioned my stock picks. I do want to mention a couple things to you guys. So I want to show you the TSA checkpoint travel numbers. So I personally believe that airlines are going to have a huge summer. And so I'm buying into a lot of airline stocks because if you look, you can't look at these numbers to these numbers. So if you look at this, you're like, oh, wow, they doubled those numbers. Well, you remember, March 19th was the very beginning of COVID. So, yeah, the numbers were way down. But let's look at 2 years ago. We're still not there. Like, we still need another almost million people to reach where we were 2 years ago. So this still has a long way to go, a good way to go, which means airline numbers should go up. I'm buying a lot of airlines, so just keep that in mind. You've been warned. So I just wanted to show this to you guys. Another thing I wanted to show you guys is a couple different stocks I looked at. So if we look at, say, Apple, right? You kind of see this pattern here. This one's not. So if you look, it's going down, up, down. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, well, let's look at maybe Salesforce. And if you look, it's kind of got that down, up, down. Maybe an A, B, C. That, you can look at every except for Facebook. I think Google is the same way. Let's check it out. Okay, well, Google stayed up. Let's check out Amazon. I'm looking kind of at the FANG stocks here. Down, up, down. So what I'm saying is that a lot of the tech stocks are showing a very similar pattern, and it's very ABC-ish, where it's like, the down ABC. It's, it goes down, up, down, and then, so just something to be aware of if you're buying tech stocks. These are low levels, but are they the lowest level, and are they great buying opportunities? I think they're good buying opportunities. I don't think they're great. I think the great comes soon. So just be patient in the market. This is a time where we had a great year last year. Now this is time to kind of be careful and make sure put yourself into great entry positions on a lot of long-term stocks. But I think more pain is coming. So you've been warned. I've been wrong before. I've been right before. So just something to be aware of. I thank you guys for listening in and tuning in each week. I always try to bring you the best information I can find. If you have any questions, please leave a comment or send me a message. I get back to you as soon as I can. I've been working on a lot of different things and some new stuff for you guys, so I've been a little preoccupied, but I promise you guys are going to like what I put out in the near future. So, all right, thanks everyone. Hope you have a great week, and let's make some money. All right, talk to you soon.